Hello everyone, I'm Tammy and this is Creative Girl Vintage. I was thinking about fall and Halloween this morning and I wanted to throw together a quick project, invite you to come along, and my vibe is usually crafting with vintage materials, but everything here to put together this piece today are things that are really easy to find, your local craft store or on the internet. You may already have a lot of these pieces in your stash, or maybe you just want to be inspired to lose yourself in a creative project today. So let's put together a spooky Halloween raven ornament. Welcome back. Let's get to work. So the foundation of this piece really is in these unfinished wood pieces. I put a link in the description box below for these. My little crow, or little raven, I think I got him at a craft store around the Halloween holidays last year. My advice, an easy way to find anything like this, go on Etsy. In the search box, put unfinished wood crow, and you'll have plenty of options. Now, I did a little bit of work off camera just to save us some time. So I used, this is what I grabbed off my shelf today. I grabbed a black chalk paint and an acrylic white paint. Really, whatever you want, you guys. There's nothing technical there. Just use whatever you have. With the black, I painted the entire block with the exception of one side, which I painted white. The raven, all black, both sides, and the little tiny half-inch block, all in black. And this is going to be a little support piece, so the black will just help it blend into the background. Grab a sanding block. This is just one of my things I like to do. I'll touch up the sides, kind of smooth out the paint a little bit. I think this just gives it a finished look, a little more vintage look, and I like that. So just do it with all your pieces. You don't have to do it with your little tiny one. And then I grab my Ranger Distress ink in tea dye. As you can see, this is really well loved, isn't it? So just go around my sides. Really gives it a pretty little finished look. I'm going to go around the raven too. Where I sanded that wood off, it'll darken that up a little, give him a little bit more of an antique look. There, that's all you got to do with that. Pretty easy. All right, so our block is ready to finish up. I've got a rubber stamp here. This one says October 31. Use whatever you have. It doesn't matter. This is your license for creativity today. Just use whatever you like. Today I'm using the ultra washable ink. No particular reason. It's just the black one that I grabbed. And let's ink up our stamp. Really good. And I'm going to put it right here, kind of in the middle. Push down firmly and up. There we go. Doesn't it look nice? Okay, so just a little thing I wanted to mention. I've noticed whenever I'm using the rubber stamps and the ink on the painted wood, it tends to smudge. I've noticed this one here, this washable one, doesn't tend to smudge quite as bad as some of the other inks. But what I do with all of them regardless, you don't want to get everything finished and your thumb goes through it and ruins everything. I grab a clear acrylic spray. This is just one I happen to have on hand. You don't really want to spray this in the house, so I'm going to go spray this outside and I will be right back. Okay, so a little light spray went on the front of this. I let it dry for a few minutes and we're ready to go. So next, I'm going to add a little bit of black rickrack right on the front, right here. This rickrack happens to be vintage, but it's widely available at any fabric store. I'm going to be using my Fabrifix glue. I like to put my projects together with the glue gun, but when it comes to these little tiny trims like this, the glue gun is just too globby for me, so I would like to change that up and use the Fabrifix glue. Okay, I'm just going to lay that on there, and that dries clear. It's just a nice little touch. Okay, now here's our little raven, and we're going to connect him onto this little wooden block that we painted with just a dab of glue. Right on the front of the block, we're going to lay his feet right on that, like so, because we're just making a little stand. So he stands up right there on the block. So we painted that black, so he disappears. Let's put a little glue on the bottom. I didn't paint the bottom. You can if you want, but no need really. Just going to attach that just like that. At this point, you can finish the decorating and leave the hanger off, and this makes just a cute little shelf sitter. But in this particular project, I wanted to make this an ornament, so we're going to go ahead and put a hanger on. I'm using a pipe cleaner, chenille stem. This one is vintage, thanks to my friend Llewellyn, but you can easily pick them up at the craft store. Okay. Now what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to put a little bead of hot glue up the side, and I'm just going to lay this right here. Okay, bend it over to the other side, and we'll do another little line of glue and do the same thing. Just lay that on there. Now this could get a little messy on the sides. Don't worry about it. We're going to take care of that. Okay, there's our little hanger for our little ornament. All right, now it's time for some finishing touches. This is a craft store feather boa. This is in black. I cut a piece off. It's probably about, I don't know, 2.5, 3 inches. I went ahead and cut it ahead of time because, let me warn you, when you cut this, it blows everywhere. It's just all over the place. Feathers all over the place. I'm going to attach this simply by adding some hot glue, maybe to the back of the block and to the back of my crow. Alright, now I'm just going to lay that on there, just like that. Don't touch this too much. What happens is this hot glue is stringy, and when it mixes in with these feathers, it's just messy. So it's not going anywhere. Just that little bit of glue is going to hold that on perfectly. So see how he's coming together here? Isn't that adorable? Alright, now time for some finishing touches, and I think we are going to start with some glitter. Now, my daughter Aubrey, you all know, she's my crafting buddy and glitter buddy, and I think she would approve today of our glitter color, which is called Onyx. It's very pretty and sparkly. Just using Mod Podge, and we talked about the sides being a little messy. I'm just going to take a little Mod Podge and lay it on the sides, like so, and right here under his feet, on the front there. That. Okay, over a bowl, going to sprinkle our glitter on that glue. Okay, always do this over a bowl because you could easily put it back into your container so nothing goes to waste. All right. Let's add some buttons. Got some little vintage buttons here. Just going to put them right here on the sides. Finishes it right off, like so. Okay, I've got a little black and white check ribbon here. I'm sure I picked this up at Hobby Lobby. Made a little bow. Let's put it right there. It's just getting cuter and cuter. Grab one of these buttons and we'll put it on the bow. Okay, isn't that cute? Pull off my glue strings. Okay, so my final finishing touch is, look at these flowers, you guys. They're velvet, black, orange. They're so beautiful. Got these at Etsy shop, 32 Degrees North. I just got these, and I put the link to that shop below. You got to go check it out. Gorgeous stuff over there. My favorites on Etsy. All right, so I just pulled out a whole stem here. Each stem has 4 little flowers. And I'm just going to grab my little wire cutters and just cut most of that stem off. I'm not getting too close up here or all the flowers will come apart. So this still holds it all together. I'm going to take my hot glue. Put a good glob right there at the end. And this is just simple. I'm just going to tuck it in right there. Okay. So this is really sweet, isn't it? I think we lighten the mood today with this sweet Halloween project. What do you think? So with a few simple pieces, you know, you can just make a spooky decoration for your home for this Halloween. So you guys, keep that creative spirit shining, my friends, and I will see you guys next time. Have a great day. Bye-bye.